them too. What about you? Any objections?
I think marriage, too many people just do it because just to do it. I think marriage is something people should think about as far as like lifestyle, beliefs, family, all those stuff. It's not just the next step in a relationship, and I think that's why divorce is so high.
Sacred to me, it's sacred, and that's why for me, when I get married, if I get married, then it's
safer.
No, it's sacred. So for me, the vows are sacred. Like you said, relationships are work. I put my all in my relationships, let alone the marriage. Where when I'm married, I don't believe in divorces. We're working this out. We're figuring it out one way or another. We're a team, so we'll figure it out. So I don't know.
Yeah, you say that now.
Yeah. No, I stick it through. I'm one of those. Through the good and the bad, I will stand by you, and I've done that in relationships. So I know as a wife, I will stand by you no matter what. But it does take two, so I can't save a relationship by myself. So it has to take two. I mean,
not to poke too much here, but you said your longest relationship was 3 years.
3.5 years.
You're 40. I mean, you haven't really. I'm not poking at your age, but
that's fine.
I mean, you have not had like a substantially long-term relationship.
Well,
yet.
I was celibate for about 5 years that I didn't want to. In between those two relationships, these were to me serious relationships where I tried.
Yeah, sure. 3 is decent, but I mean, it's not like super long, you know?
Well, it's pretty long for me, but again, it wasn't on my end. We tried, and I gave it my all, and the person wasn't ready to give me what I wanted.
Sure. Now, I think you guys had maybe some disagreements on the marriage stuff.
Yeah, I originally, when I messaged, that was one of the questions that I'd answered, and I said, I was like, oh, that's so sad that you don't want to get married. However, I listened to one of your podcasts, and I can't remember exactly what you had said, but just kind of you saying, I'm not super religious, so I can't even stand on the whole, I'm religious, and I think that's why people should get married. But I do think, for me personally, you're going into it 100%. Divorce isn't an option. So for me, that's kind of like that last seal, but no different than like a prenup or something like that too. So I agree. I understand why you don't want to get married, just because I think it's more disposable for a lot of people than some. Okay. So, and I can't remember exactly what you said in your podcast. Yeah. Or in one of the shows as to why you didn't want to get married.
If I remember correctly, I think that he said something along the lines of, even if you have a prenup, there's a good chance that it could get thrown out, and she could still take like half of everything that he has. So, which I understand that if you're not religious, and it doesn't hold a lot of value to you, then don't get married.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch. I have a lot of justifications for my anti-marriage stance. I actually don't object to it for people who are religious, but for my own self, outside of religious reasons to get married, I actually don't really see any reason to get married. But I'm open to hearing any challenges to my position. I think you two raised your hands in objection. I'd like to hear.
So let's say you have a long-term girlfriend who's loyal to you, and she's pregnant. I don't know if you have any children, but if not, that'll be your first child. And she's asking you for commitment and security. She wants security in the home. She doesn't want to think that you'll leave her for another woman and get another woman pregnant, and that's why she wants marriage. What would you say to that?
What would I say to what?
To that proposal.
Saying she wants to get married because
she wants security.
Wow, this is a really traditional relationship where she gets pregnant out of wedlock, but okay, we can have that conversation. Well, yeah, it happens, but I mean, we're already not a traditional arrangement to begin with, so what will us being married achieve that? Oh, so her.
I'm saying to you,
how she benefits.
Let's say,
how do I benefit? You need to sell. If you want
because
me
you're
to
my
hold
security.
on, you need no. This is the woman's perspective.
Yeah.
If you want to convince me as a man to get married, how do I stand to benefit?
Okay, if we're together, I'm assuming we're in love. So if you love me and you love our future child, I want a house together. I want to build together a family.
I can give you that without marriage.
I don't want you to leave me for another woman and get her pregnant and go and do the same thing with her that you're doing with me.
Why does marriage?
Do that.
Hold on. Why does marriage?
Why is it benefiting him?
Why is marriage necessary even for that?
I mean, I guess being the man of the
But
house, I would assume.
was your argument if I love her enough, I should get married to her?
Yeah, I
If
mean,
she loves
for the
me
kid
enough,
and for
she
the
should stay
family.
with me despite my desires to not get married.
I mean, what would you be?
So I've just
why are
defeated
you
your argument.
opposing? Why are you opposing marriage? You don't want to be committed to me. You don't want to give me the security that I
hold on.
desire.
Why can't I be committed to her outside of marriage?
Because I don't believe you.
That's not
You
commitment.
don't believe me. I don't believe that you won't divorce me. So where
Then you guys shouldn't
where
get
does that leave
married.
us? No, but
It just sounds like.
okay. So I can give you reasons. I can present to you reasons why I'm not really for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually like, though, to hear. I think this is a good starting point. Can you present to me compelling and convincing arguments why I or other men should get married?
I think the first thing that came to mind is that how serious a real man is. So if you are a real man, a real man who stands on his word, you stand on your word, you stand on what you do in life, and you say, hey, you're the one I want, and I want to live the rest of my life with you, and I don't want anybody else.
Why do I need a marriage for that?
But
Why do I need a marriage
if
for that?
you're saying that, prove it. Show by your actions you have the action to put my hand in wedlock as in a commitment. A commitment is to severe, like
Okay,
seriousness.
Wait.
I think
Commitment-
that's totally
commitment
fair.
is marriage.
Let me give you
Like, commitment is marriage.
But, Andrew,
let
if
me
it's
give you
okay.
a very quick, easy rebuttal to this, and I'm just curious. Okay, so you're the one, let's assume the man says, you're the one that I want forever. They think that you're great. You're the greatest ever. I want to only be with you for the rest of my life, and I want to commit to that. Will you commit to give him a prenup so that if you divorce him, you get nothing?
Is this a question?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like a statement, but okay.
Would you? Would you commit to a prenup so that you get nothing if there was a
No, I
divorce?
already said no. I don't agree with someone signing into marriage and not getting anything. If you both put in work and you just leave the marriage with nothing, I don't think that's fair.
Well, that's really quite the strange argument then to say, well, wait, I expect this lifetime commitment from you in order to prove and demonstrate that you love me. Where's the demonstration of love from you?
What do you mean? Where is the demonstration? I want
Well,
you to commit
couldn't
to
you
me. I love
demonstrate
you. I
that
want you
you
to
were
commit to me.
equally as serious
I want
by
you to
saying
commit
it's
to me.
fine?
I would sign a prenup
if I
because
decide
I know
to leave
what
the
I'm
marriage,
doing in life. And
if you ask a question, you have to give me a second to answer the question.
Yeah, I would
So-
sign a prenup.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, hang on, calm down. Let me finish. Chill out. So if the argument is to say, hey, I need a commitment from a man, so he only picks me. Okay, that's it. It's just me, and that's his demonstration he loves me. Couldn't the man then equally say that the demonstration from the woman to show that she loves him is that there's any sort of infidelity, cold bed, or financial irresponsibility, things like this, she leaves with nothing regardless of who initiates the divorce?
Yes, I agree. Because that's just showing like you're trying to say, okay, I'm going to be a real man to you, but I want to make sure you have my back no matter if you change as a person. You signing this is showing me you're real, that you would never do this. So if you do this, then that's on you. Like if you do cheat on me, if you do not take care of your money, if you do not take care of my kids, do not take care of me as your husband, then yeah, that's on her as a wife.
Then why would there be a requirement of marriage at all?
Because that's commitment. That's
Yeah, but you can to make those same commitments. There's now no safeguards. So if you made the commitment external to marriage, how is that not the exact
That's
same
a
thing as
vow.
making
It's
a
like
commitment in marriage?
It's a sacred, it's holy matrimony.
It's like
a
saying,
sacred
okay,
vow
we're
to
dating
another.
is the same thing as us being married. How is that the same?
You're taking the
The
vow.
commitment.
It's not
The
about.
commitment.
It's not about the
How is that-
money.
no,
You're
because I could
turning
cheat on you
marriage into
tomorrow.
money,
If
and that's
you ask
my
a
disagreement with you.
question, you have to let me answer it. Calm down, okay? So the question which was asked is, how is this the same? We're talking about commitment. So if you are dating, you say, I want to commit to you for life, but I just don't want to do the marriage thing. And if we do the marriage thing, there's not going to be any protections for you anyway because you agree to sign them all away. So what would be the distinction exactly?
It's like comparing a baby mama to a wife, or like this is my wife and this is my kid, or this is my baby mama and we live together. Is that the same? Is that the same?
I don't
No, it's
see why
not.
you
It's-
couldn't have a commitment
not
with
the
a
same.
woman.
Because it's whole. It's
Okay, listen. Yes, logically, this could be the exact same. It would logically be the exact same to say, I'm married to you, or I'm committing to you for life, and you have the same exact outcome both ways. How's that not the same thing?
It's absolutely not the same thing because
Okay, well,
marriage
then
is a
tell me
vow.
how.
It's a holy matrimony. If you don't take your word seriously as a man, hey, I want to be with you the rest of my life. so I'm
Holy
going-
and first religious.
No, it doesn't have
We're
to be.
talking
Holy
about a
matrimony is
secular
like
argument. Well, then it's
divine-
not holy. If it's secular, it can't be
Marriage
holy.
is holy because you're actually actually taking
Then
it home
then
and putting your protection over for your life and your death. After you die, that's your wife. If you die, that was your wife in this life. And the
How
next.
would that be wholly absent religion?
It doesn't have to do with to religion.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
thing,
what we're
it's
talking about is
spiritual,
secular
it's
marriage. We're not
taking
talking
your
about
body,
religious
your
marriage.
mind, and everything into this person.
The
Saying,
problem
this
is
with
you're
me and you are
arguing
together.
against arguments I'm not making. So we're talking
Your argument is
specifically about
invalid to me.
secular. We're talking about specifically secular marriage. Secular. You know what the word secular means?
Please inform me.
You don't know what it means, do you? You don't actually
Please
know what
inform me.
secular means. Tell me what
I can take an
secular
estimated
means.
guess. I could take an estimated guess, but I just said please inform me.
Okay, then take an estimated guess, as you put it. It would be an educated guess, but you can take an estimated guess. What is your estimated guess about what secular means?
One, like to be in one, secular, like
Specific? Specified? Specific? I don't know.
oneness. I don't know. I'm not-
Erroneous! Erroneous!
I got to take a break after that one.
Okay, I'll take over. I'll take over here for a sec.
Do you want kids?
Hold on. So, okay, secular, that would be like a-religious, not religious.
Oh, I've never heard of that term.
You guys got to speak into the mics. You're too far away.
Sorry, never heard of the term, but thank you for educating me.
You've never heard the term secular?
Not in that
All right.
in this tense, no.
Okay. So,
What tense have you heard secular in?
No tense. No tense. No tense. Okay, you got
No
it. You
tense.
got it. Okay. This was your first win. Thank you.
okay, so
Secular just means non-religious,
Okay.
not specific. It
Okay.
means non-religious.
I did say that non-specific. I did say that was my estimated guess.
Well, yeah, being in a marriage, I feel like
It's not non-specific. It doesn't
I just
mean
don't
non-specific.
feel like if you're
It means
married
not
and you have a baby
religious.
mama, that's the
Oh,
same.
okay. Thank you for the clear.
It's not the same. Like it's just not.
okay, it's not the same, I guess.
It's just common
Okay,
sense.
so I've yet to hear an actual compelling argument why I should get married.
Do you want
So-
You're a
kids? I think kids is a big thing with
Sure,
marriage.
yeah. I want
So-
7 kids.
All right, if you want 7 kids, what's the last name for the children? The girlfriend or yours? And would it bother you, since she's the one carrying them, if she just said, well, I want them to have the same last name as me, and now you did not share the same last name as your children? I think that's a good reason to.
You can.
Why
hold
would
on,
that?
hold on.
Why would that be a
Wait, hold
requirement
on.
of marriage?
I'll just rebut it myself. So, okay. First off, you don't need to be married in order for your children to take your last name.
But what about the girlfriend?
Yeah.
What
Then
do you
she
mean?
gets excluded. Now she doesn't share the same last name as her own children.
What does that have to do with anything?
Why would the kids take your last name instead of your girlfriend?
So what's your argument here? If I don't marry
think-
her, she won't put.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you don't marry, and
Okay,
this-
cool. Then you know what? We can go 50-50 on everything, and
Hyphenated.
and she can protect us in the event of a home invasion. Fine, that's cool.
Yes, you can put the father's last name
Yeah,
on
you
the
don't-
birth
you
certificate,
don't need
even
to
if you're
be-
not married.
Yeah, you don't.
No,
need
I
to
know
be
that.
married.
I know
right,
that.
but that's not a
who
compelling.
gets to choose the last name is what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
know
so
can
if you
choose.
were to say we're in a committed relationship and I want the children before we have them to have my last name, and you agree to it, why would that require marriage?
No, that's true. If you agree to it,
Doesn't
honestly,
require
it's-
marriage.
If you agree to it. That's
Yeah.
if you agree to it. But the thing is like what she's saying is
Hold on.
these questions
Hold, wait,
wouldn't even
hold
happen
on.
if you were married.
Even if we're fucking married, she can still say she
that's gonna be
doesn't
an
want my
automatic
name.
thing.
So that's a bullshit argument.
no, that's-
it would be an
that's
That's
automatic
a fucking
thing.
toaster brain argument.
No, but that
Even
is
if we're
true.
married, she can say, I want hyphenation. I want them to have my last name.
This is why it's important. I think if you are going to get married, that's why I don't think marriage is for everyone. But if you are going to get married, you should talk about these
But it's not a
things.
compelling argument.
It may not be for you, but I know if I had kids, it would really bother me if they didn't share the same last name as me. And I also don't believe in hyphenating names, so I took my husband's last name.
So if I'm pregnant
But
with
I
your
s-
child and
Okay.
you don't want to get married to me, I'm gonna just leave you and go to the next with your child in my
That's a
stomach.
major L for you.
But no,
That's a
it's like
major
I want
L.
to find someone that's gonna build a family with me.
She gonna get
and
married.
you're
Build a
not putting a
family.
ring on it.
That's not
You're
a
not putting
major
a ring
L.
on it, like Beyonce said. So what's the point of me and you being together? You're just leading me on. You're just giving me
What
a
are you
fantasy
talking
of a home, like I'm playing wife and husband.
But when you don't
but
want
you're not trying to
when you guys
commit.
get in a fight, you guys break up. There's no okay,
There's
we're
nothing to
broken
keep-
up.
This is still not a
just
you've still
a
failed to
game.
make a compelling reason why I ought to get
He should
married.
Get married, which is like
Like, if you want your
This is all
woman to
from
stay
this
with
is
you,
all from the female
I don't know.
viewpoint. Me. I have not heard a compelling reason why I, as a man, should get married.
You said you want someone
She
to
would
take care of you
for life.
I
when
never
you're
said
old.
that. I literally never even
What?
said
Take
that.
care of you for
I don't know
life.
what
I
you
didn't
said.
say
You
that.
said,
That
"Oh,
wasn't my
who's going
argument.
to take care of you?" You're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
my
that was
monogamous
a question.
girlfriend or
That was a
something like
question
that."
posed to me by somebody else. I never said that. In fact, I'll even engage with that. I don't need marriage to have that. What's your next point?
I have one point that I feel like if you can debunk it if you like, but if you like love someone, like you truly love them to the bottom of your heart, and you
Yeah.
want to be with them for the rest of your life, why do you not want to marry her?
Why doesn't she, if she really loves me, not want to do some bullshit government thing which involves the state in
Then
our
it doesn't
relationship?
have to be it doesn't have to be government. It could be something sacred, like going to a temple or just going to Hawaii and having
Yeah,
some.
that's why the
person-
example is
I feel like
non-religious.
relationship is regardless sacred
Yeah.
too.
It's
What is
like
a
a-
Yeah,
Goldie
but that's why
Hawn
the
and-
example is non-religious. So,
What's
so what he's
Goldie
saying is
Hawn and
non-religious
Kurt Russell?
marriage.
Who
So
are they
yes,
that have been together for like 20 years?
he's granting in
Then yeah,
this
he's
case,
right. Yeah, if it's non-religious, then it
religious,
doesn't matter.
sure, that's
It doesn't
a
matter.
great reason to do it. But if you're not religious,
Religious, then yeah,
what
it
would the
doesn't matter.
actual compelling argument be?
There's none.
It's
There's none.
literally for tax benefits.
Yeah, no, so he's right. Yeah, you don't have to get married if
And
you
a
don't
pretty
have
ring.
that spiritual faith that this is something
God is
important.
real.
So if there is no religious or spiritual backing to the marriage, then he is absolutely right. Men shouldn't get married if they don't have that spiritual.
It's not even just men; it's
religious
men or
faith.
women. Like
Men
I,
or women,
like
yes.
like I was saying, I don't know who.
Well,
who's-
hold on. If the man's the breadwinner, women have absolutely everything to gain by getting married.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you
But
want the
it's vice
protection and
versa as well.
provider,
Celebrity
Men are
women like
typ-
Cher.
Men are overwhelmingly breadwinners in relationships.
I mean, I'm all for the gender roles.
Not in what? Sorry, not in
when
what?
it comes
Not
to
in this
that.
generation. There's
Not
more.
this.
Well, that's because women are a lot more masculine, and feminism has fucked that up. So that's a whole different story. Like when I get married, the reason why, like you were saying, the age thing, I don't want to settle. I'd rather be single and be happy than settle for something I don't want. I want a true protector and provider because I will play my role as